episode of Nintendo Pow Block is brought to you by, well, you. If you want to find out more about Boss Rush Media's family of podcasts, head on over to patreon.com/Boss Rush Media to see which tier is right for you. Thanks for helping us build something better. Hello everybody, welcome to Nintendo Pow Block here on Boss Rush Network. I am your host, the one, the only, Eddie V. And of course, we got Boss Rush himself, Mr. Corey Derrick. Hello, good sir.
Hello, Ed. You ready for E3 next year?
No.
I sure am.
Cheers. Oh, we were talking about it, everybody. I had to have I had to post it. I'm having a moment. I texted you, Corey, about it. I was just like, well, we're going to have a show tonight about this. But yes, everybody, we are close to the end of the year. I don't know if this is our last episode, Corey, or we got one more.
Yeah, I mean, this is our last official episode. We might do some sort of Christmas one. Oh, wait. Ed, hold on.
Everybody, we might be in for a shocking item that Corey may be showing us. But yes, everybody, to let you know, we have something. Oh my goodness, everybody. You must be watching the video if you're hearing this audio. We have Santa Corey in the building joining us. I'm sorry, everybody, for the dead space, but hi, Santa Corey. Hello.
No, let's start over.
Oh, gosh. Okay. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Nintendo Pow Block here on Boss Rush Media. I'm your host, the enlightened, excited Eddie V. Joining me is the one, the only bossman himself, Mr. Corey Derrick, aka Santa Corey. Hello, good sir.
Hey, Ed, are you ready for E3 this year?
No, I'm not. Tears. Cry. Oh, we will talk about it, everybody. But how are you doing, Corey?
Well, I'm good. My throat hurts a little bit, but it's okay. It's fine. We, it feels weird because we just recorded like 3 days ago. And now we're here. So here we are.
Yes,
recording
again. Yes, everybody, and we got some major news today, but we're gonna get about that a little bit later because we have opinions, and yes,
I don't think you're gonna like my opinion, Ed.
No, I think we're gonna have a good discussion about it. But Corey, I know we just kind of got done doing a Power Block a couple of days ago. And you guys, hopefully you enjoyed that episode.
But with the power of editing and scheduling, you will never know.
But it's not, we didn't have our weekend yet. So, you know, I think we're going to hop into Nintendo right about now. Because I got a Good Burger 2 meal from Arby's, which contains a burger, a strawberry shake, and crunchy fries. Not the curly fries, but the other ones.
Like the crinkle cut ones?
The crinkle cut. Yeah. But Monday, I had a gyro That was so good. I actually ate it like it was a hot dog in the sense. Just eating all that lamb meat,
Mm,
enjoying it. It was so good.
mm. Neat. Nice. Nice.
What
How's that
what
good burger?
I haven't been into it yet.
Uh,
I actually got my food home and how did it make with you to do Pow Block?
uh, Ed's gonna try to eat on the podcast.
Uh, I'm gonna try not to. I'm being
If you're
very
chewing,
respectful.
mute yourself.
Okay.
I don't need to hear the sloppy mouth noises. So,
No, yeah, my fries are kind of gone already, so it's just a burger now.
mm, mm, just the burger. That's so weird that Arby's has burgers now. Can I just mention that real quick? It's kind of strange.
Shoot, what is Arby's doing with mozzarella sticks?
Oh,
The
dude,
bomb out the
dude,
bomb
don't tease me
mozzarella
about the
sticks.
mozzarella sticks. Those are amazing.
They're the bomb. Trust me.
They might be the best thing they have.
Pretty much. That's pure anointed.
Oh, it's so good, man. So good.
I only can do the four piece. I can't do the six piece because
Oh
after
man,
the
dude.
dude
No,
after I eat the four,
you just get 3 orders of mozzarella sticks and eat those. You don't even get anything else.
yeah, that would work. That would do.
Oh man,
Uh,
dude, I could really use some Arby's right now. I've been craving Arby's for so long.
mm-hmm.
Oh, maybe maybe this weekend. Maybe.
How far is it from you? Not too
Oh, there's
far.
well, we just got a new one here by my house, like 5 minutes down the road.
Oh,
So
nice.
there's also one like 3 minutes from work, but I can't eat that stuff during the week.
The
Although
weekend
I do
though.
have stuff to talk about today for Snacktendo, so I'm kind of excited.
Ooh, yes.
Nothing super exciting, but it's something.
Uh, well, Corey, what have you been snacking on?
Well, Ed, so we are having our end of the year meetings for work this week, which would be last week by the time you hear this. And we went out to lunch as a team today to the Mexican restaurant that's right down the street from work. And first of all, you got to have the chips and salsa, and we got the the guacamole, and there's a little kick to it, and it was really delicious. It was amazing, actually. And then I got the lunch special number 14, Ed, which consists of a chicken burrito and a chicken enchilada. So
Ooh.
now it's not like a Chipotle burrito or my Casa del Rio burrito. It's
Uh-huh.
more of just like a really thick, soft taco, to be honest. But it was still really good. Still really good.
That's good.
I just
I'm
want to say Mexican food is like my favorite type of food ever.
shoot, dude. I'm thinking this Saturday because I'm off this Saturday this week. I'm thinking of just ordering some. We got this place called Taco El Norte. Uh, and I'm probably gonna order burrito bowl from them. Cause there's this different than Chipotle's because they like do guac, um, sour cream, but they do some the different kinds of Mexican cheese and things and different kind of rice. They like have Mexican rice in it. They don't have white rice like Chipotle does. And it's got a nice spicy kick to it.
Hmm.
So uh I'm gonna order probably order from them. The thing about it is that it is like a 15-minute drive, but I just realized that there is one closest to me for my job, so I'm gonna order there and pick it up. It'll only be like a 7-minute drive,
Hmm.
um, so I'm gonna go there, pick it up, and then come back. Ooh, excuse
Nice.
me.
Nice.
So
Uh what else did I that was about it, I think, for that. Yeah.
yes, so um, but yeah, everybody, that's gonna be it for Snack Tendo. It's time for Play with Power. Uh, Corey, I finished Control yesterday. Uh, and just like, of course, like I went through the game. Now, what's gonna be new to me? Because I'm trying to wrap some things up, some like the side quests and stuff. I am gonna hop into the two DLCs because I've never got to play them on the original one. So since the Ultimate Edition comes with the DLC, I'm gonna hop into those, and see how they and like finish them up and everything. Again, I will be done with Control. Like I'll take it off. Uh, I'm gonna get back to Super Mario Brothers Wonder and Super Mario RPG. I'm gonna get back into my Switch stuff, also, and everything. Get finish some things up on my Switch. I did install Hogwarts Legacy. I installed Dead Island 2. Um, and what else did I install? I think I installed one more game on it, because there was like two discs. I'm like, dang. I'm like, why is this taking so long? It's the
Hmm.
Remnant 2 is what I installed. I forgot that was two discs and everything. So those three of my um games from Black Friday are installed. I do gotta install Miles Morales on my PS4, and then there's one more game that I gotta install on my Series X, and I need to install Dead Space,
Hmm.
and everything. And then, yeah, at least I'll have them on my system. But pretty much through the 2 weeks, I'm gonna be trying to run stuff on not only Series X but a lot of stuff for Switch, because I have a lot of 2023 games that I brought for Switch that I just need to straight dig into and finish, like stuff like still in spring and summer that I just need to start and completely finish. Some indie games I need to finish. Um, some of the NSO stuff that came out, for different from different systems, that I never got a chance to play, I'm going to finish. So that's going to be my plan for like my break, um, and everything. But like Control right now is the game that I'm kind of working on, while other games are like get started on my Series X. And then yeah, get into my Switch stuff and everything. So
Hmm. I'm glad we revisited installing with power with you instead of playing with power. Very nice.
uh, what have you been playing with Power?
Well, really, the only thing that I've played since the last episode, I played, um, I played Remnant from the Ashes, and a little bit of Remnant 2, but I have been playing Remnant from the Ashes. Uh, I'm not super far yet, but it definitely has a little bit of a Darksiders meets Outriders vibe to it. uh,
Mm-hmm.
so I've been playing that, and then I played a little bit of Destiny 2 over the weekend, just because it's Destiny, and I always play Destiny, and it's my most played game of the year according to Xbox. So I played 640 hours of Destiny
Oh
this
dang.
year. So,
So mine was weird. Because I posted mine on on Twitter, and the most I played was Vampire Survivor. I was like, that can't be it. Um, and then my second game I think was Redfall, with 36 hours.
you played
Dude, my
36 hours of
PlayStation
Redfall?
is, yeah, like,
What?
yeah, dude,
You
my
must be
stuff.
number one Redfall fan.
It's literally so weird because it's just like, why? I thought I played a lot more in 2023. Uh, but yeah, it was, dude. It's so weird. So, um, like, I just don't know why, like, because I played like Ghostwire Tokyo, I played High Five Rush, I played some of Starfield, but didn't really like. dive into it because I just started playing other games and it
Mhm.
wasn't like picking up my interest. I don't like the flying in that game in Starfield. But I'm going to give it another try. Like it so my total time is 401 hours. But so I played Spec Ops the Line, Midway Arcade Classics, Guardian Heroes, Dungeons and Dragons, Redfall, Alan Wake 2, Vampire Survivors, Control, Ghostburger Tokyo, Jedi Survivor, Yakuza Zero, Death Store, One Piece, the role playing game, Hi-Fi Rush, Final Fantasy 15, Wolfenstein 2. Like that's all the stuff that I played on my Xbox. But I'm like, no, I'm like I play more, and it really feels like Resident Evil 6 and Binary Domain. But I'm like, no, I played a lot of stuff on my system. Why did it not capture it and stuff?
Yeah, some of these stats don't seem right. I didn't I didn't even get one from PlayStation because I didn't play enough of it, I guess, this year.
So
So,
I got 10 hours of PlayStation with no, I got 12 hours with 10 of it being Detroit Become Human in January.
hmm,
And then 2 hours of the game seasons, that indie
yeah.
game
I
in
mean, I think
February, March.
the only games that would be on there would be the 3 Spider-Man games and then a little bit of God of War from earlier this year, I think, probably.
Was Horizon was last year
Yeah,
for Midwest.
I mean, I still played a little bit of it this year, but it was like an hour because I wanted to finish the DLC for the first one first, and then
Mm-hmm.
I just never went back to it because I don't care about PlayStation. My and like the controller, the DualSense hurts my hands a lot because it's just oddly shaped. I can't stand the DualSense controller.
Ooh, excuse me. Uh, oh wow. I wonder why did it why my Xbox didn't recognize Starfield? Because I'm like, I played Starfield for a good while. Why did it pick it up?
I don't know. It's weird. I don't know.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I mean something's weird about that for sure. I think something is going on.
yeah, so I
But,
just got my Nintendo Switch ones that I'm waiting for. I know I have a lot in that, and it's probably gonna say Tears of the Kingdom or Pikmin 4 that I put a lot of time in. But I'm like, no, I played more on Switch with a lot of hours.
mhm,
So
yeah.
and I had to like I just want to let y'all know I did play a lot of 2023 games. I brought like most of the 2023 games. That's multiplayer. The only one that I'm missing on Xbox first party wise is Forza Horizon. Because I think it was Hi-Fi Rush, Redfall, was Ghostwire Tokyo this year.
It was last year for Xbox. It was 2 years ago for
Okay,
PlayStation.
okay, so then it might have been I might have just started it this year then because I know I got it like for like $10. I
Mhm.
think I got it real cheap. Um, Starfield I got and I just didn't get Forza Motorsport. That's the only one that need to get. I know for Switch I need to get Detective Pikachu. I'm gonna skip 1-2 Switch. I really don't need that. Um, and I think I'm missing one more first party game, one or two for most first party games and stuff on Switch from Nintendo. But I
Hmm.
got most of their like first party stuff for Nintendo.
Hmm.
So, but
It's been
yeah,
a it's been a there's just so many games this year. I don't understand how there are so many games this year.
um, I think it definitely was a great year for games across the board. I kind of feel like there shouldn't be no one saying whose system is better when it comes to the games. I think all systems on an equal basis did a really great job. Microsoft put out some quality first party. Sony put out some quality first party. Nintendo put out some quality first party. Like, just the first party wise was really strong. Third party wise, even though there was a lot of remakes and reboots and stuff like that, I mean remasters, I should say. They were really great triple A games and double
Hmm.
A games. Um, I think my downside for this year was the indie games, and I think it's because of the bigger names, like the third party and first party. I think they um had so much goodness coming out that you missed the indie, and like indie games kind of didn't get that talk this year. It didn't get that same chance and balance like it has done previous years and
Hmm.
stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of indies were definitely overshadowed this year, just because there were so many AAA games. Like, I don't. I mean, I'm still having a hard time trying to remember off the top of my head what indies came out this year. I mean, Oxenfree 2.
Yeah,
Uh, Hold on, I'm just gonna look it up because I don't remember. All right,
yeah.
so um, let's see. I'm just gonna
And
best indie games of 2020.
could we consider the stuff released from Annapurna as indie
I
in
mean,
a
the
sense?
industry does. I mean, it doesn't matter. I'm tired of arguing that point. I mean, Sea of Stars came out, Cult of the Lamb came out.
Mm-hmm.
Uh these did not come out in 2023. Night in the Woods came out like 5 years ago. What are you talking about? All right. So uh why do you yeah, I mean there's a lot, don't get me wrong, but I just
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember. I mean they were yeah. So I mean, Sea of Stars was obviously the big one. I think Venba
Yes.
came out this year, which a lot of people really liked, and I still have on my list to play. Uh, I mean, I played Beacon Pines this year, but that came out last year.
Okay.
SteamWorld Build just came out. Uh, was Axiom Verge 2 this year, or was that last year?
That was last year. I mean, that was a couple of years ago.
Oh, it came out on Xbox this year.
Yeah.
That's why I was thinking about it. Viewfinder came out this year on PlayStation, which I hear is really great. I really want to play that game, but uh, I don't want to buy it right now just because of things.
Yeah.
That Koa pirate game came out. I forget what it's called. Koa and the Five Pirates or something. That looked
Yeah.
really charming. That 3D platformer.
I heard
Um,
Cocoon was good.
yeah, Cocoon came out this year.
I know it won indie game of the year, I think, or it
Sea
won
of Star,
something.
Sea of Stars won indie game of the year,
Oh,
which was like the only legitimate indie in that category. So good for them.
yeah. Uh, but yeah, Cocoon. I know Cocoon won something. And I heard really
Uh,
great things about that game.
Yeah, I think it was best debut game they won because that studio, even though half of it is the Limbo inside team, it's a new studio technically.
Hmm.
So yeah, indie games got overshadowed this year. I feel too much. So Weird West came out this year,
Yeah, we're West.
which
Um,
I think a lot of people really like. That was the game by the devs who made Dishonor and Prey, right? That left to make their own studio.
yes.
Yeah. Ravenlock came out this year. Ravenlock was a game I really loved this year by Coco Cucumber. They did that Echo Generation that 2 years ago that looked like that Stranger Things video game, but not. Ravenlock, I would if you're looking for like a kind of like a easy Zelda style experience.
Yeah,
Ravenlock.
I think you was telling me about that.
Yeah, I got all the achievements on Xbox for that. It's only on Xbox though right now.
Okay, I might have
but
to pick it up on Xbox
it's only $20. It was really good. I mean, I played it through Game Pass, but it was really good.
because it was like 3D dungeons, like a old Zelda game. Or
Yeah, it was more puzzly than, I mean, dungeons, a very light term, I guess you would say.
hmm
Man, my head started itching, and I forgot I had this stupid Santa hat on. Uh, but I think the puzzles and the combat are worth playing. It's not hard. I will say that it is extremely not hard. But it was really fun. I use an achievement guide because there are a couple missable achievements, but it took me about 6 hours to complete 100%. It's not very long, uh, but highly recommend that game. Uh,
okay,
what else did I play this year? Oh, I played Unpacking, but that came out last year.
yeah,
I think Coffee Talk 2 come out this year, or was that last year?
that came out this year. Came out in
Yeah,
April, I think.
yeah,
That's a game I definitely need to pick up and play. I heard really, really good things. This is not as some people say the first one is still kind of is better, but the people did enjoy too for what it is, and I can't wait to play it again. Not play it again. Play it this year.
yeah. Smooshy Come Home came out this year on Switch and PC. We actually had some Humble Onion on the Boss Rush podcast at one point this year.
hmm
Uh,
That's the mushroom. Was that
mhm,
the? Yeah,
mhm. Yeah. Guilt came out this year, the Stadia exclusive that nobody played because it was on Stadia. Actually
yeah.
came out this year. So if you're into horror games, I think that one's like a not a real horror game, but it's like a cartoony. I would say something like Nightmare Before Christmas or Coraline kind
hmm
of art style.
They had a game on Switch or WiiWare. I think it was WiiWare. They had a game on.
Oh, Tequila Works. They had a lot of stuff on Xbox Live Arcade. The last game they made was Rhyme.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, such a good game.
I still need to play Rhyme.
Oh, dude, if you play it, let me know and I'll hop on and play with you. I know it's so play not hop on and play it with you, but like play it while you play it so we can discuss it. Man, Rhyme is so good. That thing
Yeah.
is just so good.
It's on my wish list, but it's still $30. I feel like it should be cheaper by now. That's I don't know. But yeah, I mean there was a lot of good indies this year. I feel bad that they got overshadowed by all the AAA stuff.
Yeah.
So but anyway, Ed, should we jump into the good news, bad news?
Yeah. Well, everybody, it's time for Femi News. Corey,
Yeah, so there's
take it
really
away.
there's only one major story this week, and as of
It,
this
it,
morning, it happened this morning. I had no show planned today until this news happened. But the E3 Twitter account and the ESA Twitter accounts both tweeted out that there will be no more E3, and a lot of people were really upset about that. I don't care either way, to be perfectly honest. I'm not, I mean, E3 was definitely like a symbol to point to of like, hey, game announcements are coming over the summer. But I think Jeff Keighley's done a pretty decent job with Summer Game Fest, and also with like the Xbox Developer Directs and Summer Showcase and the Nintendo Directs, and everybody has a showcase now. Like, I feel like I feel like there really isn't a need for E3 anymore. I know
Mhm.
people really want to go to E3 all the time, and I'm like, that's great, but there's 30,000 people there, and you're going to wait 8 hours in line to play something that comes out soon ish. Uh, I would actually say if you want to experience an event like E3, I would go to PAX or something along those lines.
So
Uh,
I. Oh, go ahead, Corey. I'll wait.
I was just gonna say, like, I know people really love the idea of E3, and I know you are one of those people. And it's not that I hate it, and it's not that I dislike it. I actually really like the idea of E3. I just feel like from a commercial standpoint and the way the industry has evolved so much over
Mhm.
the last decade that like E3 is just not needed, you know. It's just not, especially with like I said, Summer Games Fest and Gamescom and the Game Awards. Like there are multiple points in the year now where there are multiple announcements, and that's okay. That's okay. There are a lot of games to be announced. There are a lot of games. There are more developers than ever. There are more companies than ever. You're not
Mhm.
going to fit it all in 4 days.
Well, I think with me, definitely it's the history of E3. And why I'm truly going to miss it. Um, uh, like for a lot of people who don't know that, like I was a big fan of EGM. Like that was EGM was the gaming bible to me, and I'm just gonna put it out there. And every August or their August edition, when E3 will put out. Of course, we got the booth babes, we got the costumes.
God, the
You
booth
know,
babes. Remember
we
when they used to like like handcuff DSs to the booth babes, and they would like
yeah,
stand awkwardly close to people while they played the DS? Oh my
yes.
gosh.
But it was just like the cosplay, the game announcers. I mean, it was a different time, with the '90s and 2000s of E3, and and this is when it was CES and then the changes to E3. That like if we knew that you couldn't be there, as a kid you really couldn't be there, and so you would read almost every page, you would read the scores and stuff like that. Like you were getting news by reading, and once the internet started popping off and you got IGN and One Up and Game Informer, and the E3 conferences started evolving, definitely with the Nintendo Direct. The way that we was looking at presentations through the internet and stuff, we kind of like we kind of felt like we were in the crowd with those who were there, who couldn't be there. And then when Nintendo changed their after they got kind of like various opinions, I would say, and they changed it to the Nintendo Direct, we started seeing a change in it, because then we started seeing Nintendo producing these directs throughout the year and stuff, and that same hype that we would have at E3 was the same hype that we was having for Nintendo Directs. And then when the shows, once Microsoft and Sony still keep spending money on these, like, you know, uh, productions to show off their games, people stopped being impressed by it. It was just like, okay, this is nice, but like, where are the games at? We want to see what we are actually getting. And because Nintendo was so good at the Nintendo Direct and delivering the message, we were able to enjoy E3 a little bit more, for this modern age compared to what we had in the past. So that's why, with content creators and communities watching it all together, it really felt like, it was the, you know gaming highlight, uh for the world and everything. So, but any thoughts, Corey?
I mean, we've definitely had some good times covering E3. I think I think that we I think that E3 was something that you and I could look forward to in particular because we would cover it and do watch alongs, and it reminds me of times when this show started in particular, and like, what we were trying to do from time to time. But overall, I think there are other things that we could do, obviously pending like schedules and vacations and working and stuff. But like, there are definitely other things that we could cover and do watch alongs and that kind of stuff. But
I, I can't say that I enjoy when we started off doing content with each other, like doing Pow Block and everything. It felt so good, us taking time off or trying to watch E3 at different parts, but like watching Nintendo and everything and just our reactions, like watching these shows with you, Corey, is like one of the best moments of my life. And I'm being honest because it's just like I finally get to watch something game related with a friend, you know. And yes, it may seem a little odd at times. You like because there's be some games we be like, well, yeah, but it was just like watching E3 with you, or definitely the Nintendo stuff. It was just so engaging, and we was able to like live comment back and forth, and have our natural excitement, natural reactions to the stuff that get revealed and everything. Um, but then we started realizing that okay, it's a Nintendo Direct. Yeah, it's at E3, which we expect. We we could do that same reaction at any Nintendo Direct or anything.
mhm,
So
yeah,
it,
it's it's a historical time for the games industry.
hmm yeah.
So,
I, I, I know, like I said, just for me, I'm gonna miss it because of the history of reading about it, watching it, seeing what games was going to be announced, you know, dropping my jaw because stuff that's getting revealed that wasn't leaked or anything. And stuff, and it's going to be sad because I never planned to go E3. That was never my thing. Mine was like always watching E3 because I always felt like it was organized in a sense. Watching E3 with with Boss Rush, or if I'm just having friends around, they want me to watch with them, I'll go watch with them, and it's just having that natural reaction. And yeah, we could do it at Summer Game Fest, but I just felt like with Summer Gang Fest, I'm not let down, but I just feel like not only is it a little bit disorganized and everything, it just feels like it feels like Jeff Keighley accepts any trailer that's given to him. So if there's no gameplay or anything to it, and it's just a basic announcement, it don't there's no joy to it, there's no feeling to it, and I just wish, I know I said that I kind of want him to be able to deliver us like indie titles, maybe some other developers and everything, or I'm like, I don't know if he's even asking will some of these trailers have actual gameplay and stuff, because it was that one year that he let everything just be shown, and it was just so much space games, and it's just like, are we really? You just allowed a few companies for the last 15 minutes show about 4 to 6 space games in a row. Like, this is not Space E3. This is not the Game Fest. Like, bring in some diversity, some original ideas and stuff. And I just feel like Jeff Keighley is not going to bring that. He's just going to take whatever he could get. And and I know one of my friends was just like, we're just waiting for Jeff Keighley to jump on the opportunity to say something, so he could like promote Summer Game Fest. I'm like, Jeff Keighley's not going to say anything because of the Game Awards. He don't want people getting on him of what he did to the developers, to the winners, I should say.
yeah, I mean, you and I have different opinions on the Game Awards, but let's we talked about it on the last episode, right? A
Yeah,
little
we
bit,
did.
yeah. I don't know. The show was already 4 hours and 9 minutes long. I don't need everybody to stand up there and talk for 15 minutes about who to thank. I don't need a 9 hour Game Awards show.
Oh no, 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 it's not that or anything. I'm just saying the way that some of the people reacted. what they would say to Jeff, the people who responded to a Jeff Keighley tweet, if he said something, most of that would be the reason why they would respond to him. Oh, and they would joke about, oh, are you gonna give the trailer short time like you give the winners and stuff. People are waiting to do that or at Jeff Keighley if he was promoting Summer Game Fest because E3 is no more. Like if he was trying to take the advantage and stuff. That's what I mean.
I
And I'm
mean,
just
I think Jeff Keighley's event has been better than E3 for a while, but also a lot of the big companies haven't been a part of E3 for a while, so
mhm.
you know, whatever. I guess I think Jeff Keighley's doing the best he can with what he has, and I know people have issues with certain things, but at the end of the day, this is a business. He's running his own business, trying to, you know, make something happen when nobody else is or can or whatever. And I honestly think he's doing a pretty decent job at this. Is it perfect? No, not by a long shot, but I think he's doing the best he can. And I think he deserves more credit than hate, in my opinion.
Well, and I agree. I think it's just one of the things that we're gonna get back into the show, everybody. I think one of
Are
the
we?
things
The's nothing else to talk about.
I mean, I think one of the things is that with Keeley is that he only makes his appearance and himself be known when there's an event connected to him, and then when there's nothing really like connected to him, he disappears. He doesn't really like.
Well, that's because he's an events person. He's not like he's not. There's nothing else for him to. He's prepping for what 4 events for the year. You
I
know,
think two really.
Summer Games Fest,
Summer Game Fest.
Gamescom is his. Uh, the
When did
Video Game
Gamescom?
Awards.
When did Gamescom become his?
Well,
I thought.
opening night live is his for Gamescom, which is that 2 day thing that he does before
Oh,
the actual event. Um,
oh,
and
so that's
then
before
I think he's
Gamescom.
trying to do something in the spring too now. So he hits all four times a year.
Okay, that might be new then. Yeah, because I'm just like Summer Games Fest and the Game Awards. That's when I see him. Like he's promoting stuff and he's talking about stuff. That's when we get more promotions from him. But like everything else throughout the year and stuff, and I'm not trying to hate on Jeff Keighley. That's not my thing and stuff. Um, I think sometimes there's just I guess I have an expectation that I hope that not I don't want to say that I hope that he could meet, but that he sometimes can surpass. Uh, because I'm like, the industry. And I know you're paying attention to seeing what people are liking and stuff. So is there a chance to bring in your own way that same excitement and everything? Because I'm like next year, because we won't have no E3, we're all going to be talking about Summer Game Fest, and we're going to be talking about who's going to be at the show and everything. We just got to make sure days and times and everything, because outside of Summer Game Fest, we're going to really pretty much probably be talking about Nintendo or Microsoft.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't know, Sony does their state of play in May. That that'll be outside of Summer Game Fest, but I think they did theirs in June this year. The state of play, I think
I don't remember when they did theirs, to be honest. I don't know.
so.
I don't
Uh,
I don't really pay attention. It's been such a hard year to pay attention and keep track of everything. I've decided just to yeah, maybe if we bring it up, then maybe we'll bring it up.
yeah. So, that's that's just my thought. So, uh, I'm going to miss E3. And I'm being like for real and sincere that I really am going to miss E3. Uh, there was a lot of, like I said, it gave me a lot of memories, a lot of great reads. Definitely being as a child reading EGM and getting the feels and stuff, and seeing Nintendo being there and presenting their games, and just throughout the years, Nintendo always are. kept surprising us. Even when they had a down year or people didn't enjoy what they show, I still got something out of them. And they still presented something different and everything. Regardless of people liked them or didn't, like Nintendo did a lot of great stuff during E3 through all that time, even up until you know before COVID and stuff. I feel like Nintendo continued to try to bring a different viewpoint of games and what they had in store and everything.
Yeah. Well, rip E3. We'll miss you. But we look forward to the future of video games. Am I right? Video games.
Yes.
Speaking of other sad stories, Ed, of things shutting down, Free Radical, the developers of Time Splitters, was reopened just 2.5 years ago, and Embracer Group have shut down the studio before Time Splitters 4 could come out. And a lot of developers were tweeting out their last day messages. And man, Embracer Group, man, what is going on with them?
I really don't know.
I
And then a lot of people kind of had turned their back on their Bryson Group. Like they're mad because of all these developers that they're closing and all the people that they had to let go and everything. This is what the third or fourth company that Embracer closed.
well, let's see. There's Volition that they shut down.
Mm-hmm.
Free Radical, Embracer shutting down studios. What other studios did they shut down? I don't. They shut down Campfire Cabal, which was some sort of mobile studio, I think.
Okay.
So that's at least 3. I know they've
Who
laid
own-
off a ton of people. Let's see. Embracer will shut down more studios. Let's see. Who else did they lay off? Shut down?
did they buy Crystal Dynamics?
Yeah, they own Crystal Dynamics and Eidos Montreal and Gearbox are the 3 major studios that they own.
Okay.
But I know they're trying to sell those studios now. I wonder. My thing is like the reason why they haven't shut down Eidos and Crystal Dynamics is because they're helping Microsoft make Fable and Perfect Dark. So
Yeah.
Man, if Microsoft could just swallow them up real quick and just
I have a feeling they are. I have a feeling next year.
yeah, I feel like we're gonna hear something early next year, just because a lot of the industry is starting to like they're in the valley right now, but they're starting
Mhm.
to work their way back up the next mountain, right? And like positive things are gonna come towards developers, but we will see, I suppose. It's not a it's those are 2 studios that I think we as an Xbox really need,
Mhm.
because they fill the slot, they fill that genre that Xbox sorely needs, which is a third person action adventure game. And I know Arcane is making Blade, right, which kind of fills that void, but also like that game is at least 2 or 3 years away.
Some people say that game's probably 5 years away.
See, I don't believe that just because they pitched it while they were working on Deathloop, and once Deathloop came out, they probably started pre-production right when Deathloop came out, and this is probably their first full year of full production. I would imagine 2025 at the earliest, 26 most likely.
I'm thinking like 29, 28 or 29.
Dude, that's 7 years of development. That games don't take that long to develop. They take long, but not that long.
We're looking at Hellblade too, and
Yeah.
that was announced when.
Well,
But
that
then we
was
also
that was the
we also
concept.
did Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild. So
Yeah, but that's Nintendo. Nintendo take, and then we got 4 Zelda games in between Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, so it's not like
True.
I don't know, man. I think it's Embracer's just a mess, and they man, I don't know.
It is. It is what it is. So yeah, and I never got a chance to play Time Splitters.
Oh
I can
man, you
honestly
should.
say.
Time Splitters 2 and Future Perfect are both backwards compatible on Xbox. They're always like $5 on sale. If you want a GoldenEye Perfect Dark style first person shooter,
Hmm.
that's what those games are. Um, they were fun at the time. Now, granted, they're 20 plus years old at this point, but I would still say I recommend it. Future Perfect is Time Splitters 3, by the way. One never came to Xbox or GameCube, but Time Splitters 2 and Future Perfect are on GameCube and Xbox. So,
They did all three games during the PS2
mhm.
era.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think Time Splitters 1 was a launch window game for PS2. So,
Okay.
man, what a rough what a rough.
And that was the weird thing because news wise everybody the Free Radical story came out first and then the E3 story came out. I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Because I know with Free Radical, it was just like being alleged, like nothing was happening and stuff. And then, uh, I guess, they finally announced it, and yeah, Free Radical is no more. Which I think those people will definitely find jobs at other companies,
Mhm.
um, and everything.
Yeah. So, but that's kind of all the news, Ed. I mean, we're wrapping up the year. There's really not a lot going on.
Um, well, I think I'm gonna save this one for expansion pass. Uh, this news story. Uh, and it is about Zelda producer responded to fans who want a more traditional linear adventure since
They
Tears of the
already
Kingdom.
they already said the mainline games are going to be open world from here on out. So,
Well, I know but they said like Tears of the Kingdom is like the final wrap up in this style,
yeah.
and everything, and they're going to be moving on, trying to bring something new. So,
Yeah.
uh,
So ignore all of my my trilogy
so I
talk.
was thinking about that. I was driving and thinking about it. I'm just like Corey kind of got his trilogy, but it's not the trilogy you
But,
expect
yeah,
in a
it's the
sense.
trilogy we have, not the one we deserved.
uh,
Oh
so
man, good times. So, but yeah, I mean, we can talk about that on expansion pass. We're actually recording one right after this, so we can definitely do that. But Ed, I don't. There aren't any games coming out this week either. Really. Let me double check. We don't have a doc, everybody, just because you
the
know
E3
the
news.
E3 news was pretty big. This is actually a pretty short episode for us. Uh,
Well,
Not that I really care. I'm just it's shorter
we
than
just
we
gave him
normally
a
do.
2.5 hour episode last week.
Yeah. The oh, that's October. I need December. So Tuesday would be what? The 19th, right?
Yes.
So actually Terra Nil dropped this week or is dropping on the 18th, which was the Netflix city builder. It's dropping on the 18th. So yesterday, by the time you're hearing this, I hear good things about it. It's a Devolver Digital city building sim or something along those lines. Uh, but that's it, Ed. That's it for the year. I mean, the only other two games that are coming out for other platforms are Loot River is finally coming to PlayStation,
Hmm.
and the Resident Evil 4 remake is coming to phones, and that's
Yeah.
it.
Because then most of the games that's dropping is next month in January, and I think the I don't think Nintendo have anything planned for January, but I know that that Prince of Persia one is like the big game.
Oh, I know.
Definitely for Switch.
Prince of Persia is going to be awesome.
Yes. Um, well, everybody, before we go, and give our final thoughts, Corey, I do want to ask you one question. Uh, and it is a Nintendo related question. Uh, what was your one highlight from any announcements or news stories or anything from Nintendo themselves? Like, what is your
News.
biggest one?
I mean, I think the biggest highlight for Nintendo for me this year was Tears of the Kingdom and the fact, um, but that was an obvious one. I guess a
Uh,
not so obvious one would be like the return of a proper 2D Mario game, because you know how I feel about 2D Mario games. And I know it kind of has sounded like I've been, you know, poo pooing Super Mario Brothers Wonder, but I actually really love the game, and the art style and the badges and stuff. I really am enjoying that, and I'm really glad Nintendo decided to put out a new 2D Mario game, even though everybody's waiting on Odyssey 2 or whatever they're calling the next one. And uh, that was probably the highlight of the year. I don't really have any. Nintendo was awfully quiet this year in terms of just like big booming news stories, I
mhm,
feel. Um, but announcements and games that came out, Nintendo had another amazing year, even if it was quiet. And I think the announcement of that Mario game was awesome. So,
yes. Um, for me, one of my biggest highlights is play and completing Pikmin 4.
mm.
Um, and
You said news, man.
well, I say any moment, like from news,
Mm,
games, like any kind of
mm.
or anything. But if I had to go with an announcement, it definitely was Metro Prime Remastered. Like that shoot, that when that mug got announced, and I'm like, wait, what? And it looks so good. And them doing the digital physical thing, and us, of course, definitely with you saying more GameCube games getting remastered and stuff. And we kind of seeing that. That was a big highlight. But like game wise, man, did not know how much I needed Ochi. Like Ochi is like my like newest favorite character in the Nintendo gaming universe. Like I love Ochi, and I pretty much everybody who has played Pikmin 4 who loves Ochi. And spoiler alert if you guys haven't played it, but if he catches on fire, you would drop the controller and scream if you really love Ochi, because it's like he's like crying and sweating and running around. You're just like, no, like it's so moving. I got to talk to Chad Caselmo, who's he's one of my Twitter friends. Uh, he used to host Retronauts. Now he's working at Square Enix right now. But I met I he we were, he put a post up and we was talking and everything, and I was just like, Ochi catching on fire is not my worst nightmare, but I screamed and I dropped the controller because my precious Ochi got hurt and everything. He was just like, it's devastating when that happens and everything. So, but yeah, Ochi is like one of my new favorite characters in the Nintendo universe. I love him. And everything, and just seeing all the different color pigment on him, it looks so cool and everything. But yeah, my highlight game wise is definitely Metroid Prime Remastered. Uh, being announced and then dropping, waiting for that physical. It's the uh Dead Cell kind of experience. Like Dead Cell got announced that it was coming to Switch, and everybody waited for the physical to come, or most people waited for the physical to come, and they were just like, if you want your physical, get your pre-orders in. And them folks pre-ordered Dead Cells. Like folks was not playing around or anything. So, uh, any final thoughts, Corey, before we wrap it up for
Uh,
this
yeah, I mean,
year?
we're definitely gonna be covering this on our Game of the Year episode, but I just want to reiterate that Nintendo had another fantastic year for the Switch, and I mean, I definitely think the Switch is probably going to go down as Nintendo's best piece of hardware,
Mm-hmm.
maybe ever. Uh, and I'm not just saying that because it's the most recent console, right? I'm saying that because of just not just the sheer amount of software Nintendo's put out on the console, but like the quality of the software also. You know, they've made the right moves. They put out remasters when they needed to. They put out remakes when they needed to. They put out new games when they needed to. And I think it was a great mix of old, new, um, and just quality across the board. I don't know if I can really think of one bad Nintendo released Switch game, really.
What's the Switch sequel? That really is
See,
like the only one.
you know, I would agree with you 9 times out of 10, but my nephews and people that don't play a lot of games
Hmm.
play those games a ton.
Yeah,
And I mean, just because they're not for us does not mean they're bad games. And I mean, I would say they are mediocre, but they deliver what they intend to deliver.
hmm
And from what I've seen, people like not quote unquote non gamers and families and people looking just to do something stupid or fun. Like I saw some TikToks the other day of people playing. I don't know if it was the new one or the old one, but like they were playing those games and they were just doing like a drinking game with 1-2 switch or everybody 1-2 switch, and it was kind of funny. And I think that's exactly what those games are intended to do. Is like they're
yeah.
either for kids and their parents or college drinking games or
It's just I think just from Nintendo themselves, like game wise, because I know it got low ratings and stuff, but I think it's just a game people forgot or wasn't even thinking about. So that's just the only thing that's low. Everything else, like whether it was average or like top tier, like Nintendo had a fantastic year. And like low key a fantastic year, and I think it's they have games that people are going to go hopefully pick up Bayonetta Origins. I really hope people do pick that up and give it that game a play, because it really is good.
yeah. Well, congratulations, Nintendo.
Yes. Well, and my final thought is, thank you everybody for watching Nintendo Pow Block. Truly from my heart. Uh, we do love the feedback. We do enjoy that you guys watch, laugh at with us, share your opinions, share your snacks and everything, and pick up the games that we are playing and discussing them. We really do appreciate that you guys listen to us every week or whenever you can, on different podcasts networks of your choice that you guys, or apps I should say, that you listen to. We do have a big year for 2024 because there are a lot of games not only coming out, but Nintendo probably got some good stuff coming out, and we definitely want to cover it and talk about it. But for 2023, really truly from the bottom of our hearts, everybody, thank you for listening
Yeah.
um
I
with
uh
us.
I also want to say I know we had a lot of like we're tired, we're recording this cuz we need an episode out type moments this year. Uh but I still think that like and I've told you and I've said this on other shows and whatever, but Powblock is like Powblock is our it's like our I don't even know how to explain it or say it, but like doing this show every week and expansion pass, like this is the my favorite part of the week. This is my favorite show that I do, and that, and I think that 2024 is going to be an even more positive year for Pow Block, and I think we're going to try to bring back expansion pass every weekend or every week and try to, really really do it the way we've intended to do it for a long time next year. And I I can't wait. I can't wait for 2024. I can't wait to see if Nintendo reveals the next console. This will only be the second console reveal we've done together, Ed.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I mean, I can't believe the Switch has been out for that long, but it's going to be it's going to be an exciting year. There's going to be a lot of games to talk about. There's going to be a lot of probably a lot of interesting things to talk about. And
hmm
so, I think Nintendo Power Block is going to have a big year. Episode 400 is coming up in, probably May-ish, I think. So
yeah.
can't miss that. New
Uh,
headquarters for Power Block next year.
New headquarters for Monstrous Media.
Yeah.
Being in a new building, I should say. Also, everybody, thank you, Daniel, and thank you, Cordy, for joining us this year. Also, helping us with Power Block, coming on episodes and having discussions. We really do love you guys and appreciate you guys coming on and recording with us. Want to say that because, um, they are part of the team, and we do love them coming on and helping us out and everything. So thank you, Daniel. Thank you, Cordy, uh, for coming on our show and recording with us when you guys can.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
That's another thing too. I want to get more people on across the board, across the board, but especially here, like Cordy and everybody that's been on before are always welcome to be here, obviously. But
yes,
like, I want to, Sebastian is was a great guest to have on. Obviously, Secret Friends Unite. Those guys
yes.
from Co-op Mode are always great. Todd and Mark, and I know our friend Andre really wants to come on, and
Yeah, we got to get
we got
Andre
to get
on
Andre
next year.
on. So that's a goal at this point to get those people on too.
Yes. Well, with that, everybody, have a great week. Have a great weekend. We're gonna be off for maybe 2 or 3 weeks, depending on we'll see how
Yeah.
time
Well,
goes on and stuff.
definitely the week of Christmas and then the first week of the year we're going to be off, but we'll come back with a probably a pretty beefy episode of Game of the
Game of the
Year
year.
and year in review for Nintendo. It's going to be
Yes.
one big beefy episode. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
so yeah, do get ready. Who would take our game of the year? You really may be surprised. Trust me. Like me and Corey haven't even had discussions or anything. Uh
Yeah. So, okay, so are we just doing games that appeared on Switch or are we doing games across the board? That's something we need to decide.
So for Nintendo, we're only gonna do it for Switch. Only for Nintendo. When we get to Expansion Pass, we're gonna do it for all.
Okay. Yeah.
Because Expansion Pass, we have more freedom and everything. But I kind of feel like with Expansion Pass, it's going to be our personal top 10 of games.
Yeah.
Or any console, and I think for Nintendo, Power Block, we're gonna focus really on the Nintendo stuff because really, Corey, there's close to about 12 to 15 games probably just from Nintendo themselves. I gotta get the
Uh-huh.
whole list and everything, but like there's just some goodness that really came out on Switch, and trying to decide who's gonna take it, is gonna be the surprising thing because people might expect one game, but over the break and everything, that might change by the time we even get to that game of the year discussion. So that's why I said people might be surprised. Uh, But with that, everybody, have a great week. Have a great weekend. Hopefully, everybody had a great Hanukkah. Hope you have a great Kwanzaa. Hope you have a great Christmas. And even if you don't celebrate those things, please have a great holiday. With that, everybody, we will see you next time in 2024 on Nintendo Pow Block. Bye, everybody. Woohoo!
Goodbye, everyone. See you next year. Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. Happy New Year. Kwanzaa. All the
And
things.
Happy New Year when we come back.
Yeah. If you want to be a Patreon producer, head on over to Patreon, patreon.com/BossRushMedia, and find out which tier is right for you. Our Patreon producers at the $5 tier or higher for this month are Adriel Munger, Celeste Roberts, Christian S., Sana Dierig, Francisco Santillan, and Rebecca Jewell. Thank you for your continued support.